In this section, we will discuss the demand curve, specifically individual demands and market demand. So demand falls into the revenue portion of our profit equation. Recall that profit equals revenue minus cost. So what is the demand curve? Well, specifically, it is just the quantity that is demanded at any given price, and we can write this as Q as a function of P. So we can define this for the individual, and that would be the individual demand, or we can define it for the market, which is the market demand. And this is simply the sum of the individual demands within the market. Let's take a look at an example. So here we have on the right-hand side quantity demanded for Snickers bars. On the left-hand side we have price. We see that as price increases, our quantity demanded decreases. So we have a negative relationship between price and quantity demanded. For normal goods, this is the type of relationship that we expect to see. We can represent this graphically to get a better idea of this negative relationship. So here we see those points plotted on our quantity and price axes. And again, we see that downward sloping relationship between price and quantity. So remember that this is just an individual demand curve. This is my specific individual demand curve. Let's take a look at another individual demand curve. This is my sister's demand. So at a price of 0, she demands 12, but as price increases, her demand goes down to 0. So notice that her demand is not the same as mine, and let's compare them side by side. So in the middle two columns, we have my quantity demanded next to my sister's quantity demanded, and notice that they're not the same for each price given. But we can figure out what the total demand is for this market. So that is simply just the sum of the quantities for a given price. So take a look at price equals 0. At price equals 0, my quantity demanded is 10, my sister's is 12. So the total quantity demanded in the market, if me and my sister make up the market that is 22. So continuing down, you'll see that at a price of $1, my quantity demanded is 0, my sister's quantity demanded is 0, therefore the total quantity demanded in the market is also 0. And once again, we can visualize this graphically. So here is the total demand for Snickers bars. So again, at quantity of 0, the price is $1, but as we increase the quantity, we see the price decreasing. So again, we have that negative relationship between price and quantity. So remember that the demand curve is simply just what quantity will be demanded at a given price. And the market demand is just the sum of individual demands, and it is the horizontal sum. We're summing across the quantities demanded for each individual.